Hi, everyone. Welcome to our session on a day in the life of student teaching. We are Educators Rising NAU. My name is Caitlin Hurst, and I am the president of the NAU Ed Rising chapter.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alexa McGrady, and I'm the vice president.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Lindeman, and I'm the secretary.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Marsa, and I'm the co-treasurer.
Hi, I'm Olivia Dija, and I'm the other co-treasurer.
Hi, I'm Ainsley Brubaker, and I'm the social media guru.
Hi, I'm Rachel Green. I'm a third-year member and also a featured student teacher.
And I am Michelle Novelli. I am the faculty advisor for this fantastic group.
In Educators Rising NAU, our purpose is to unite future educators and all those interested in the education field. And we do this through our monthly meetings on several different topics, including Bitmoji classrooms, how to teach holidays, panels that we host, resume building, and digital wellness. We also do community service in and around Flagstaff, along with monthly fundraisers in the Flagstaff community, and we're also involved in statewide events.
So to start, we wanted to differentiate between practicum and student teaching. So practicum at NAU looks a little bit different. It's a field experience that's done before student teaching, and it occurs at the same time as you're taking your other methods courses so that you're able to start getting that hands-on experience in the classroom and practice the teaching strategies that you're learning in your other courses. Depending on your major and your specific program within the college, it can look like 3 to 5 different placements in different semesters. And the hours that you might be required to fulfill look different depending on your program as well. Overall, those practicum allows you to, again, get that hands-on experience and observe your mentor teacher, ask them questions, and start to practice leading small group and whole group activities, as well as one-on-one work with the kids.
Student teaching, however, occurs in your final semester of your teacher prep program. It's the last thing you do before you graduate. You spend full days in student teaching, and they may be in a full semester long 16-week placement if you're an elementary education major, or you may spend part of your time in that setting, which we call general education, and then 8 weeks in either an early childhood placement where you're working with younger children, or special education. And that depends on the particular major that you have. During student teaching, eventually, gradually over time, you end up taking over teaching the class with a really great mentor who has volunteered and is invested in you and your development.
So here are some common questions people may have about student teaching. Do you get paid to student teach?
So at NAU, you do not get paid during student teaching. At other universities, that is an option. However, at NAU, there is a specific plan invested in you, so you do not get paid during student teaching.
Can you have more than one student teaching placement?
So depending on your major, you could possibly have 2 placements during your 1 semester. So as an early childhood and special education major, you complete 8 weeks in either early childhood or special education, and then you do 8 weeks in another major. However, if you're just general education, you would complete your whole semester in a general education course.
Are you responsible for taking over your first day?
So again, NAU has a phase schedule for student teaching where you gradually take over and you move through phases. So you start by just watching and observing, and then you slowly take over during the middle of your placement.
How much time does student teaching require?
So it truly requires all of your attention. You spend most of your day there with your teacher if it's online or in person. And after that, you also have NAU assignments that are also due on top of that. So it needs your full attention.
Do you still have coursework to do for college while student teaching?
So, because student teaching requires your full attention, NAU does not allow you to take another course during student teaching because it is a lot of work and it truly needs all of your attention.
So now we're going to move into our featured student teachers. I am one of them. My name is Caitlin Hurst, but you already know that. I am an elementary education major with a minor in psychology and a science focus. I am currently in a 16-week placement in the Queen Creek Unified School District in a second grade classroom. Even with COVID, we are still full in person instruction. So all 26 of our kids are in our classroom every day of the week.
For student teaching, I usually wake up around 5:30. I take a shower and then I brush my teeth, I wash my face. Once I'm done doing that, I go in and I make my bed. By the time I do everything, it is 6:30. I make my tea, drink my tea from like 6:45 to 7ish. I do my makeup in between all of that. And then I am dressed and ready to make my breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning. Once I do that, it is time to leave for the day. I live about 5 minutes away from my school, so I leave my house at about 7:25, drive to school, get to school. Once I get to school, I have about 10 minutes before kiddos come in. Because of COVID, we have kiddos coming in at 7:45. We don't actually start until 8:15. While I am waiting for them to come in, I take their temperatures and we watch Wildcrafts or have morning work. When the day starts, we do attendance and all that good stuff, and then we move into foundations. Foundations is our phonics instruction. We are scooping sounds, finding syllables, spelling words. After foundations, we moved into writing. I didn't get to film that day because we were doing a activity that I couldn't really film. Then we move into math facts and math rotations. Math rotations are usually an activity. I pull a small group, and then the rest of the group does the normal things like different activities. And then we do math instruction. Here, my teacher is reading them a book about capacity. We are currently learning about the metric system of measurement, and then they are headed to their seats to do a quick activity. Then we are learning more about capacity, the customary system. We're kind of comparing them right now. Once they are done with their activities, we have lunch and then we move into reading. I am currently taking over reading. Here we are talking about what love is, what they think love is, and how they are going to be creating their own robots. We read the story Love Z, and yeah. Then after reading, we have specials. The kiddos aren't in the classroom during specials. They are with another teacher. So me and my teacher discuss what went on during the day and plan for the following day most of the time. Then when the kiddos come back, it is time to pack up and leave for the day. After school on this day that I was filming, we were setting up for the Chinese New Year. We like to do room transformations at my school. They're really fun. And then I left at about 4:30, and then that was my day. I got home, I did a lesson plan, and then I went to bed. So I was at school from 7:30 to 4:30. Sometimes it varies depending on the day.
Hi, like I said before, my name is Rachel Green. I am the other featured student teacher. I'm in a dual certified special and elementary education placement currently. So I go through 2 8-week placements, one in my general education and then the second one in special education. And right now I'm at the Tinker Verde Unified School District in Tucson, Arizona, in a 3rd grade classroom. And our instruction right now is hybrid. And for us, it means we have 3 cohorts, A, B, and C. C is all online. A and B, A will come Monday and Wednesday, and B cohort will come Tuesday and Thursday. So all the kiddos coming in person get to come twice a week. And we all distance wearing masks. So that is what hybrid instruction looks like. Every morning I wake up around 6:20, make my bed, start getting ready for the day, and then I leave my house around 7:20 and get to school around 7:30. Students start showing up around 7:45 to 8:05. We start our morning meeting at 8:10. During this time, students share their good things and we do a read aloud together. After that, the students will go to specials and then recess, while this is a planning time for me. After recess, we do a short social studies lesson and then transition into our small group intervention time, where I focus on playing math games with the students. We meet back with our online students at 11:15 for math and do math as a whole group, and after that we head to lunch and recess. After recess, we meet again at 1:15 for reading, and then at 2 I have the students pack up and get ready to go home. And the last part of my day is spent planning for the next day with my cooperating teacher until we leave around 4.
Here are a few misconceptions about student teaching. Myth or fact? You start student teaching in your second or third year.
This is a myth. You start practicum in your second or third year at NAU. Practicum, like we said before, is your field experience that you receive for 3 or 4 semesters, depending on your major, before your culminating student teaching experience, which is during the last semester of your senior year.
You get placed where they put you.
This is a fact, although when you are applying to student teach with NAU, you get the opportunity to request 2 schools or school districts where you would prefer to be placed. There's no guarantee on whether or not you'll get those schools that you requested, but you have the opportunity to request them. When you receive your placement, that is official. You've been placed with them, and that is where you'll be student teaching the following semester.
You can only student teach in Arizona.
That is a myth. You are able to student teach pretty much wherever you want to. The process for out-of-state student teaching placements is a little bit different. You still submit an application, but all out-of-state applicants have to go through an interview process to ensure that they have a support system where they're going and that they're ready to be a student teacher in a different state.
You student teach your whole senior year.
This is also a myth. You only student teach for the second semester of your senior year. So depending on your credit progression, your student teaching could be in the fall semester or it could be in the spring semester. You will not student teach for both of those semesters, though. It's one or the other, and it's always the last semester before you graduate.
You only work with gen ed students.
This is a myth. Even in a general education placement, which is a placement like mine, there will be students with IEPs, 504s, and other accommodations for special education. Yeah.
Student teaching is a pathway to your career.
This is a fact. Student teaching is very much a pathway to your career. You should treat every single day like it's a job interview and take all opportunities that are given to you by your cooperating teacher and the staff at the school that you're at. If you do take advantage of all those opportunities, you will learn so much and start developing your teacher identity for the future. When Rachel and I started talking about our student teaching placements, we came up with some surprises and revelations that both of us had in our first 6 weeks of student teaching. One of them is that, which I think the biggest surprise for me, is how many hours you actually spend at school. Time spent at school varies by your placement and the teacher that you're working alongside. But for example, I get to school at 7:30 in the morning and leave around 4:30 every day. One day per week, I am at school until around 6:30 or 7 p.m. to plan with the grade level team that I'm with. So I think it's a little shocking to spend that much time at school while still having all of the coursework for NAU that you have to do alongside student teaching. Contract hours for teachers most of the time end at 3:30 but we rarely leave by 3:30. Another surprise I had was how quickly interviews can creep up on you. With the teacher shortage that is happening in Arizona, many schools are moving up their interviews. It is currently February 15th as we are filming this, and both me and Rachel have interviewed with several schools and already received job offers. When you enter your placement, you really want to keep an eye on district websites to see when they start posting jobs, because they start posting them as soon as they know that they have an opening. And then another surprise I came up with was how quickly you can take on subjects. My first week was the only week that I was just solely observing. I started taking over small little lessons every week, and now I'm into, I think, 3 subjects now. My full takeover will be right after spring break. But what is nice about the phase schedule is it lets you progress through those subjects and get used to teaching those subjects before you're in full takeover.
So, something that surprised me was how fast full takeover can come up and like creeps up on you. So, for me, I have 2 8-week placements, and that's just why I feel like it comes a lot faster. I have the same phase schedule as Katie does within an 8-week period instead of a 16-week period. So, everything goes a lot faster. All of my phases come quicker. So currently I'm in my full takeover just so that I can fit it in during my 8 weeks. So that was something that surprised me. And then this isn't a surprise or a revelation. It's something I realized as I've like gone through student teaching, is to take advantage of every opportunity. There's so many moments during the day my teacher or my cooperating teacher will say, "Hey, do you want to take over math tomorrow?" And inside I'm like, no, I struggle with math personally, but I still say yes. So like take those opportunities any chance you get, even in practicum and student teaching. If your teacher says, "Hey, do you want to take this over and teach it tomorrow?" Say yes. Even if you're not like super sure about it, just say yes. You'll get feedback and you'll have a chance to implement that again with using the feedback that you were given.
In student teaching, you're going to make sure you start creating and shaping your teacher identity. You may feel like student teaching is so far away, but your first impression starts when you step into the classroom your first day of practicum. This means that the moment you walk into your mentor's classroom, they begin evaluating you and how you present yourself towards the teacher and the students. This initial impression can go a long way towards your future position. Be a leader. Don't be afraid to take charge. Ask what you can do to help. Always say yes to new things and be as involved in the classroom as you can, even if it means doing something you've never done before. Ask questions. It's okay that you don't know everything yet. You're still a student teacher. Ask questions when you don't understand something or how to do a task. Don't let your fear of not knowing something stop you from growing and learning. Create a lasting impression not only on your students and mentor teacher, but at the school you are teaching at. Whether or not you are teaching in the district you think you are going to continue in after student teaching, it is important to make an impression to show how good of a teacher you are. A teacher or a principal's word can go a long way for your future job. And finally, be yourself. Don't change who you are to fit the needs of the school. Make sure to keep it professional, but as long as you are you, have fun and show your personality in the classroom and through your teaching. Thank you for hanging out with us today and learning more about student teaching. This was not meant to scare you. This was meant for you to get some more information on what student teaching is and what it's like to be a student teacher. I just started my practicum this past semester, and I feel like student teaching is so far yet so close. I have already started making my impression in the classroom and have already started thinking about where I want to do my student teaching. But knowing all of this information makes the process less stressful and less scary, and help me to get ready as a practicum student until I start student teaching. Educators Rising NAU thanks you for listening, and we hope that you take this information and use it for your practicum and student teaching experience. If you'd like to know more about our club at NAU and what we do, you can follow us on our Instagram at Educators Rising NAU or on our Facebook group, Educators Rising NAU. Also visit our website, the link is located in our Instagram bio. Thank you.